This will be our gray white belt first strap material. We'll be looking at maintaining the mount, maintaining side control, back control position, and then also a rear naked choke. So I'll get Ronnie here. I'll have your back head that way for me, please. Inside this way. There we go. Good. So starting from the mount position again, knees tight, my feet tucked under, my chest is gonna be nice and low. Normally we see a couple different things with person on bottom trying to get us off that top position. One of those being they try to push on the chest. So as they come up, they start pushing on the chest. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna think about touching my side. My hand's gonna swim to the inside. And then I come back and I get that point of contact back on the mat. He comes in, he pushes on the other side. Same thing, hand comes to my side, I swim in, and then we're here. So if he pushes a little bit more, I'm just swimming back and forth, trying to stay as relaxed as I can, just like this. Now, head that way from around. The other thing we tend to see is them trying to push on the knees. So he's trying to push on the knees, trying to shove it back in between his legs to regain a half guard or a full guard position. So my knees tight, my feet being tucked will help with this. So as he starts to push, all I'm thinking about doing is coming underneath and I'm redirecting. So I'm not grabbing and trying to pull underneath, thumb fingers together. I just redirect, hand comes back and do the same thing on the other side. Next one we're going to be looking at is going to be maintaining a side control position. So Ronnie, I'll have you back again, head towards that way for me, please. So side control position, again, knees wide, chest is nice and low, arms nice and wide. One of the things I want to remember to do from here is keep something at the hip. So I'm always going to keep something at the hip. Now, what's some things that may happen from here? He may try to take and throw me that way. As that happens, my hands are going to come in and post and I'm going to walk those hands back. He may try to push me this way. As that happens, we make sure we keep something at the hip. That way I kind of keep this control and I keep my weight on my partner's chest. So I'm going to use that to kind of drive back in, establish my position, and then we come in and we get our control. Next one we're going to be looking at is going to be the back control position. So I'll have Ronnie seated on his bottom. Feet's going to be facing towards the camera. In several different places we can get this back control. We're just going to do it from here today. So back control position, it's our heels, we refer to these as our hooks. So we want our heels or our hooks, it's going to be the inside of our partner's thighs. My knees are going to be in kind of tight, but again not so tight that I'm tiring out my legs. And then we get what we call an over-under position or a seatbelt position. So one arm over the shoulder, one arm underneath, pulling everything in nice and tight to my chest. And then finally, we'll keep running right here. We'll look at our rear naked choke. So we can start this from this seatbelt position. The arm that's over top of my partner's shoulder, we're going to bring that underneath our partner's chin. Trying to get that hand hide behind the shoulder the best I can. And then my other arm comes out, I grab my bicep, and then I snake this hand behind. Now from here, I'm squeezing, compressing everything in my chest. And then again, we're trying to feel that tap. And that is our rear naked choke. I think we're right. That is our gray-white first strap material. This will be our gray-white belt second strap material. This will consist of a knee on belly position, side control to mount, where the knee slides across, a arm bar from the mount, and then a key lock to an arm bar combo from that mount position. First thing we'll look at is going to be that knee on belly position. So we start knee to the hip, knee to the head, chest to chest. Everything's in nice and tight. I'm going to bring my hands in close to my partner's body so I can push up. And as I push up, my leg is closest to my partner's legs. I'm going to take that shin and I'm going to slide it across the body. Now, my hips were facing this way. I'm going to try to turn my hips so they'll face my partner a little bit more. And then I'm going to post that far side foot out. Now, you can grab if you want to, keep a little bit of pressure, that's fine, but this is going to be our knee on belly position. Next one we're going to be looking at is going to be a side control to a mount to where the knee slides across. So we start, good side control position, knee to the hip, knee to the head, I'm chest to chest. We're going to kind of do that same knee on belly position, but for this one, this leg does not have to post up. And I'm trying to move from a side control position into a mount position. So normally when we do this, we want to have a little bit more control. So we take an arm under the head, we take an arm underneath my partner's arm, and I squeeze in nice and tight. Now from here, I'm going to slide my knee across. And I'll kind of move out of the way so you guys can see. We slide our knee across till the knee touches. We flick our foot out, and then we come back and we establish this top mount position. So we'll show it one time. Good side control, under the head, under the arm, big squeeze. Knee slides across. As soon as the knee touches, we flick it out. And then our arms will come out for that side control position. Next one we're going to be looking at is going to be the arm bar from the mount. So like we talked about earlier, attacker comes up, they push up on the chest. As they push up on the chest, they're giving us something that we can take advantage of. So, whichever side arm I want, I take that same side over. My other arm is going to be underneath my partner's arm, and then I slide in kind of this S mount or this side mount position. So look, I'm here, foot comes underneath, my knee slide up to the head, and then from here we lean, I hook my partner's arm, that goes over the head, and we sit on our bottom. We're going to squeeze our knees, we can control our partner's wrist, pull it in tight to the chest, and then we slowly sit back to finish with our arm bar. Next one we're going to look at is going to be that same arm bar, but it's going to be off of a key lock. So, I post up, wrist control, elbow control, I go to drive this down. However, as I start to work for this key lock, he knows if he can get on his side, he's got a better chance at defending his key lock. So I'm going to turn your side. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, all the way. Yes, there we go. Now, once he's on his side, he's giving me access to this top arm. So look, knee slides in, my foot is tucked, and then it's the same as it was before. Head side arm hooks, I lean, I post. Leg goes over the head, I sit on my bottom, control my partner's wrist, make sure the thumb's facing away, and then we finish the arm. That is our gray white belt second strap material. This is our gray white belt third strap material. We're going to be looking at our punch defense from that bottom guard position, and then we're going to be looking at a push-pull sweep, and all these are going to kind of run together. So, starting from inside the guard, we're dealing with an attacker on top who's trying to punch us or hit us. So as he tries to punch, look what's going to happen. My hands are going to come up to cover my face. I'm going to pull with my legs, and I'm going to have my partner crash his chest into my forearm. So look, I pull, and then he crashes in. Now from here, it's posture control. So I'm going to control the arm. Arm wraps around the head. I'll lock this in nice and tight. That way I've got this control. But at some point, my arms may tire. I may be ready to try to work something else. He postures up. So as he postures, look, I push. I get my knees in between, extend the hips, cover the face. That way he can no longer reach the face. So from here, he realizes, hey, I can't hit, so he backs away. And then he starts trying to work around. So he comes in, I follow, then freeze right here. Now, once he sees, hey, we're not going to be able to get around, he gets desperate, he charges in. So as he charges in, I take my feet, I place them in the hips. Again, protecting the face, make sure I don't take any damage up here, just like this. Now notice what Ronnie has done. Ronnie is leading with a foot. So anytime you're trying to generate any power, normally you're going to have a leg behind that way you can really push off of. Now, this right here is going to allow me to work a sweep or a transition to get back to this top position. So this is going to be our push-pull sweep from this standing position. So, head stays covered. Whichever leg is in front, I reach, and then we grab that same side leg. Opposite side leg, I take that foot, take it right behind my partner's knee, and then from here it's a push. It's a pull, and then it's a pull. Again, dealing with an attacker, we're probably going to try to make space, get up, try to run and find help, or if we need to come in and take control of that situation, we can come in and we can establish that top position. So that is our gray white belt third strap material. This will be our gray white belt fourth strap material. We will be going over a scissor sweep with a knee push, a pendulum sweep with a knee push, and then the triangle choke. Starting out from inside the guard. From here, I need to have something in my hand. So just normally, I'm going to take a same side grip, whether it be the sleeve or the wrist, and then the other hand is going to come in my partner's collar. We unlock our feet, we move our hips out, and then from here, I'm going to take my knee and my shin, and I'm going to slide it right across my partner's belly. Now, once we're here, I've got to sit up to my elbow. This is going to allow me to generate that momentum I need to be able to get this sweep. Now, once we're here, everything stays connected. I'm going to push back, I'm going to pull my partner, and as I do that, his bottom is going to start to raise up. As the bottom starts to raise up, I kick the top leg, I scissor the bottom one underneath, and then we finish with our scissor sweep. So, I keep my hook and I use that to climb to the top position. Next one we're going to look at, attacker's on top, but this time, he's got a little bit better base. And normally we can feel that as soon as I try to start setting this up. So same thing, same side sleeve control, hands over where we call it. We unlock our feet, we move our hips out, and then I slide my knee in, and I realize, hey, I'm probably not gonna be able to sweep this guy. So once I see that, once I feel that, I'm gonna extend my upper body away, and that's gonna give me room to slide that foot down to the inside of my partner's knee. Then from here, I'm gonna extend the leg, and as he starts to fall over, that top leg's gonna do the same thing, it's gonna kick over. So look, I extend, I kick, hook, and then we climb up to the top. Next one we're gonna look at is going to be our pendulum sweep. Starting out from the guard, again, we're gonna start with the same side sleeve control. Hand's gonna be here in my partner's collar. From here, the hand that's in the collar is gonna leave, and this arm right here is gonna dive underneath my partner's leg. So I'm trying to dive, trying to get my ear as close to my partner's leg as I can. So look, we're here, I dive, and as I dive, I'm unlocking my legs to get myself a little bit closer. Legs gonna kick underneath the armpit, the other leg swings wide. And then as this happens, look, cut it under, and then we climb up to that top position. Next one's gonna be our pendulum sweep to our arm bar. And same scenario as the scissor sweep. For whatever reason, as I go for this, he may just have a really, really good base, and I can't necessarily get him swept over. But as long as we keep control of the arm and keep it tight, we're gonna have an option to go for an arm bar on this side. So sleeve control, wrist control. Or sorry, sleeve control, collar control. I dive underneath, I'm working my angle. But from here, we may have went for it and realized, hey, we can't get it. All I'm gonna do is the leg that's swung wide, and reaches up and back step. Now from here, I control my partner's wrist. I'm driving my heels down, lifting my hips up, and then we finish with our arm bar. Next one is going to be our triangle choke from inside the guard. Control both of our partner's wrists. This right here is just going to be our push-pull. So one hand is pushing towards the belly, the other one's pulling towards the ear. And I'm keeping good tension on both. Whichever arm we just pull towards the ear, that same side foot goes in the hip, knee's going to be tight. And then from here, leg's going to swing wide, my hips are going to go up, and then I reach up and I back down. We're going to pass the arm over, we're going to grab our shin, and then we get to this figure four position. Squeeze the knees, pull the head, and then we'll finish with our triangle. That will be our gray white belt fourth stripe material.